party people. Welcome once again to the Party of One podcast, where the gaming table is always set for two. I am your host, as always, Jeff Stormer. This week I am joined by Dan Sos from the wonderful actual play podcast Blue Dawn for a game of Follow by Ben Robbins. Follow is a GM-less role-playing game about people undertaking a journey together. Along their journey, the group will undertake a number of challenges that they will solve with their relationships to one another and their relationships to the quest at large. It is a fascinating and interesting game that I really think that you should check out. You can find more information in the show notes. Before we dive in, some content warnings. This episode does have reference to drug use and alluded references to self-harm. Listener discretion is advised. And with all that out of the way, let's throw it over to me in the past so he can get started with the show. Take it past me. Thanks, past me. This week I am once again sitting down with Dan Sos. Dan, thanks so much for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
So, at the top of the show, talk about anything you want to talk about, any great podcasts you might be a part of, all that good stuff.
It is funny that you mention that. I'm part of a podcast called Blue Dawn, and Blue Dawn is an interpersonal, intersectional, actual play podcast. We're focused on telling stories about people and how they interact, and how those people shape the world around them. We're currently on our second season, but the episodes are relatively short. You can catch up. You can find us on Twitter and Tumblr at Blue Dawncast, all one word. And if you tweet about the show using that same hashtag, Blue Dawncast, we'll see it. We might shout you out in an episode. And you can find me on Twitter at website.biz, all one word.
Perfect. This week we are playing Ben Robbins' Follow. Follow is a game about working together to achieve a common goal. Slay the dragon, cure a disease, overthrow a tyrant, get your candidate elected. We'll pick a quest together and decide what kind of game we want to play. Can we stay united or succeed, or will our differences tear us apart? We'll play and find out. Follow is not about us coming up with the best plan or a clever solution. It is about seeing what these characters do for better or for worse. We may even intentionally make bad choices because they seem like decisions our characters would make. I'm going to keep it together because we both know what our characters are, and that feels very good. But even if we do everything perfectly, our quest may fail. As players, we can push for the outcome we want to see, but we cannot guarantee it. Our story may surprise us, and that is part of the fun. Now, we've did some character stuff off air, and so I'm ready to dive into the game itself. So let's
do it.
Set the first scene. Middletown, Connecticut. Probably, I think, late May. Early... So actually, I think it's probably March. It's early into the second semester of Wesleyan University. It is a Thursday night, and the downtown Middletown is buzzing. About as much as it normally does on a Thursday, which probably isn't a lot.
I mean, it's a college town.
Yeah.
But it is a Thursday, you're right.
So, we pick up at the Harpo Marx Theater in downtown Middletown, Connecticut. The camera follows inside, and we see people, we see college kids, a few older people, a few, junior professors, and a few grad students kind of rushing back and forth. And we zoom in on Carol Isaacs, adjunct professor. We get a nice close-up on her shirt, and on it has a big number 3, and it says Third City Improv, one-upping Second City since 2011. Carol has a clipboard in her hand, and she's kind of yelling at everybody to be, she's yelling at people to get the chairs all set up in the way that they should be. She's, getting the floors clean, making sure everything is perfect. Where do we see your main character?
Okay. I think we see Chester Chicago backstage in the green room. And this is not a nice theater. This is not really a green room so much as it is just a couch in the middle of the backstage area. But Chester has kind of taken over this couch. He's got his legs spread out. He's got his arms hugging both couch cushions. He's got a beer in one hand, probably like a Pabst Blue Ribbon or something that a friend of his bought him.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he's trying to hold court. He's sitting on this couch, and he is expecting people to come to him. It's been a couple minutes.
Great. So, I think we kind of see people start to filter towards Chester. A few of, like, the freshmen kind of gather, because they don't really know yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Carol kind of, like, rounds up the rest. And I think maybe a minute after everyone has kind of gathered, there's, like, a beat of silence, and then out, like, from... I think the green room has a door, like an exit door to the back alley. And I think from that exit door comes Lance Manhattan. Young, maybe 20, sort of just becoming an upperclassman. He's on his phone, and he's like, "Yeah, oh, you're coming. Great. Good. It's so exciting to hear that you're going to be there. No, it's great. Oh, Mom and Dad are coming. Cool. Fantastic. See you there." And he hangs up his phone. And he sits.
Lance,
Chester?
what's going down in Lancetown?
Nothing. Just, I'm sorry that I was a minute late. Family stuff. Big news, everybody. I'm sure you all know. I'm sure you all remember Max. Some of the younger kids might not, but, my brother used to be in Third City, and, he's gonna be at the show tonight. How cool is that?
Max is coming?
Yeah, he's... The whole Manhattan family's gonna be there. This is gonna be a classic family reunion. Just them watching. Me. Judging me. It's gonna be great.
Hey. Don't sweat it. You're gonna do great.
I
Just follow my lead.
I will. I will follow your lead. We're gonna do great, everybody. It's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a good show for Third City.
Absolutely. Say, Max is still... He's still a featured player. I don't watch SNL anymore on account of its, it doesn't really align with my politics, but, he's still on it, right?
Yeah, he's actually, he's a feature, yeah, he's like a guest star this season. Like, he's not full cast yet, but he's got some buzz. He's doing alright.
Chester strokes his goatee.
Describe
Interesting.
What style of goatee is this? I need a really specific picture of this goatee.
Fieri-esque?
Okay, yep, that's kind of what I was picturing. That's what I thought.
It's not dyed.
The mustache and the beard as separate entities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Interesting.
Can I talk to you off to the side of Carol, can you just go through the production stuff real quick, cuz I need to talk to Chester to the side. And Lance sort of like shuffles off to like the corner area and is sort of just turning his back to the larger group and whispering, Could you do me a favor? Don't get weird."
Chester leans in, grabs Lance under the armpits.
Oh, okay.
And hugs him close and says, "When have I ever gotten weird, bro?"
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. Cool. Great.
Take a joke, man. This is improv. He sticks out his tongue.
Great. So, you're holding court, so I think this is a perfect time for you to set up the next, or to start the first challenge. Yep. What's going to happen in Follow is we're going to have 3 challenges, and how those challenges go determines how the determines how the show goes. Determines if we're able to put on this great show for the Third City Improv Troupe.
Mm-hmm.
So the first step is you're going to pick one of the challenges from our quest sheet.
Mm-hmm. The challenges are... There's a big list. But I think the first one that I'm going to do is get the word out.
That's good. That's really good, yeah.
So I think Chester's scrolling through his Twitter. Like, he's just flipping through, and then he flips onto, like, he's got access to the Third City Improv Twitter on his phone.
Sure.
And he looks at it, and we zoom in on his face, and his eyes widen in shock. Carol!
Yeah, boss. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is what? You asked me to tweet about the show.
Look at this. And he holds out the phone, and it looks like a tweet about the show. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the tweet.
What's the problem? Everything's on there.
The problem is, Carol, is that you sent this out 18 hours ago. Not even a single retweet.
We never get retweets. Nobody ever retweets our stuff. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Carol, it's not fine. The reason no one retweets our shit is because no one knows to retweet it. We don't have any influencers.
I don't... What the fuck are you talking about, Chester?
I'm saying that we need someone on the ground floor. We need somebody spreading the word. We only have a couple hours until this show starts. Are you trying to fuck us, Carol?
Is this... Are you for real right now?
No, I'm serious, dude. Are you I'm asking you. Are you for real? Are you trying to fuck us, Carol?
No, I'm not trying to fuck you.
Yo, Lance! Carol's trying to fuck us!
I don't think she's trying to fuck you, Chester. I don't think she's trying to fuck the show. I think it's just, she did the job. She posted the tweet. I think it's fine.
I just don't know what to say about that. But I do know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go find an influencer.
Alright.
And Chester's gonna run off. Not literally run off.
Right.
He's wearing flip-flops. He's gonna walk off.
So we've got our challenge of get the word out. It is difficult because we have no influencers.
Yeah.
Which main... Okay, so we've decided which character is going to deal with the problem.
Mm-hmm.
How long do we envision this challenge taking? I'm thinking this is maybe... let's set a time limit for... I think we're like 6 hours to the show.
Yeah.
That seems right. If the show's on at 8, this is like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So how long do you think Chester spends in...
I think Chester's going to spend at least a couple of hours on this.
All right. I'm going to say 3 hours. So, since you're approaching the challenge, describe the first scene about describe the scene of how what Chester is doing to get a hold of influencers and get the word out about the show.
So, I'm going to make the first scene, and then you're going to make the second one.
Right.
And then after that, we're going to decide if we did it.
Yeah.
So, I think the first scene is Chester at, like, a library, like a campus library.
Sure.
He runs up to, like, a coffee shop inside the campus library.
Right.
And at the counter is, a barista named... What's a good name for this character? Dave Madison.
Dave Madison, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dave Madison is he does coffee art.
Yeah, okay.
He's got a bunch of Insta followers.
Yeah.
He's got, he's pretty well attended in the Wesleyan scene.
Yeah, he's the coffee hero of Wesleyan University.
Hold on, I just need to take a second to let that sentence pass through me.
Feel free. Let it
Ow.
let it in. Let it in. Let it love you.
It's like a sharp knife.
The coffee hero of Wesleyan University. Let it flow through you.
No. Okay, it's good.
Okay.
So Chester runs up to Dave, and there's like a line, and Chester sidesteps the line.
Good.
And goes, Dave, hey man, how's it going?
Life, man. You know how it goes.
Yeah, totally. I feel you. Yo, do you still do that cool, coffee art shit or whatever?
He's literally doing it as you're talking to him.
Oh, word. Okay, cool.
Like, he's got a cup in front of him, and he is making the most... He's, like, doing a whole Starry Night scene in this coffee. So I think he doesn't even answer you. He's just working.
Chester looks down at the coffee cup and he goes, oh, word. That's like some Windows screensaver shit. Love it. Yo, can I grab your phone real quick?
Yeah. No, that's... Yeah, absolutely. Totally. That's great. Great. Cool. And he hands you the phone.
Wait, for real?
Well, he hands you the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And just starts, like, positioning your arms. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, yeah, cool. And he, like, pushes your arms up, like, a little higher than you're capable of raising them. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, yeah, cool. That's gonna be a great angle. This is gonna be so good. Oh, man, this is gonna be great. Hold it there. And he just goes back to making it, and he's like, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Dave?
Yeah?
Look, you know I still do that improv shit, right?
Still?
I mean, yo, it's funny, dude. You gotta come.
Like, is it like a Saturday Night Live thing?
Yo, fuck Saturday Night Live. We're better. I can say that equivocally, unequivocally, whatever the shit it is, we're better than SNL. Hands down. We might even be funnier than Mad TV. And I say that with great reverence. Not gonna lie.
Okay, what? Why? Okay, I mean, what do you want, buddy?
I mean, just like, come to the show, I guess?
You got free tickets?
Free tickets? Yeah, man. No problem. Probably. I assume.
Good.
Should be fine.
Yeah, if you can get some free tickets for me and my friends, we'll be there. I mean...
How many friends?
I don't know, 7?
8 tickets. Right on, brah.
Cool. Rad. Hold on, don't move. Move. Keep your arms where they are. You're shaking. You're shaking. Chester, you're shaking a lot right now, and I need you to not be shaking.
My arms are, like, really tired.
Just, like, 30 more seconds, and we got it.
Oh, dear Lord.
This is going to be a really cool time-lapse thing. We're going to speed it up. It's going to be great. Be a great Instagram.
Can you tag us? It's at Third City Improv. Please. Yeah. I'm dying, dude.
Okay, fine. Yeah, great. Okay, cool. And he takes the phone back. He's like, cool. We'll just pick up our tickets and we'll call?
Yep.
Great.
Namaste, brother. And Chet runs out of there.
Weird.
God, fuck. Oh, I hate
good scene.
Chester.
Good
I
scene.
hate him so much. It's so good, though.
Good scene.
Yeah, I think it's your turn to do a scene.
I think as that's happening, Lance hears that. Lance hears Chester say that. And he sighs, and he slumps his shoulders a little bit, and he goes for his phone.
Who's Lance calling?
He's calling Maxon.
Oh.
He's calling Max back up.
Right on.
He finds the number. He pulls up the number in his recent calls, and his hand hovers over the green button for like a half a second too long, and we see him like visibly gulp, as he swallows his pride, and he hits the button. And the whole time he's calling, he's got the 2 fingers on the bridge of the nose.
It goes for 4 rings before Max picks up.
That's too many rings. All right, yeah.
Yellow.
Hey, Max, it's Lance.
Hey, Lance.
He's holding the phone like an inch away from his face. Hey, buddy. So we got the show. You're coming. You're everything good for tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah. No, I can't wait. Mom and Dad are psyched.
I'm sure they are. Listen, I gotta ask a favor.
Shoot.
Do you remember Chester? The fresh same class as me. So like, you were probably right before you graduated.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy. Does he still have that nasty goatee?
Yeah, he does. He does. It's not as it's not as long as it was. He's got it kind of trimmed down, but
That's good, I guess.
yeah, it really is. But listen, he's on this kick, and could you? This is gonna sound really dumb, but could you just retweet the Third City tweet about the show? Because I think if you just did that, we might. He's on this whole thing about influencers. I think he read like a blog about it.
Well, this might surprise you a little, bro, but I too have read a blog about social media influence. And the thing they tell you is that it's important to build a brand.
Sure.
Now, I'm not confusing you with this talk of brands.
No, I get it. I get it.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I will retweet it.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
On one condition.
There it is. What do you got?
I need you. Look, New York's a bit different.
Sure.
Than
Sure.
Middletown. Like, I know that you say sure, but you don't really know. And I've picked up a few nighttime proclivities in New York. So if you could just find me like couple of grams of Afghan hash, that would be ace, brother.
Fucking no. But fucking
No?
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. I mean, you said it yourself, but this is Middletown. This is not New York.
Mm-hmm. Look, any type of hash you can get. Montreal hash, Colombian hash. Fuck it. I'll even take a gram.
I will find you. And he looks around. I will find you some hash.
He goes, "You're the best, little bro. I knew you could hang."
Yep.
Hey. Don't take too much off the top, alright?
I think the phone call ends there, and Lance is just like, what the fuck did that even mean? Oh, whatever. Oh, god damn it.
I think Chester's on his way back.
Yep.
Yo.
Right. Hey, great news.
What's the news?
Max is gonna retweet our tweet. We're gonna get a lot of buzz.
Yo, that is sick!
Yes. Sick is the word I would use for it.
Same. I did say it, right?
Yep.
Nice. Cool. Is that it? Just nothing else?
Okay, are you cool? Can I ask you a question?
Asking if I'm cool. Yeah, sure.
Do you know where I can get HASH?
Yeah, dude. You never met Skunk?
No, I've never met Skunk.
Yo, Skunk's my bro. We go way back. Like, I knew him in Milwaukee. Like, that's how far back we go. Yeah, I could definitely get you some hash. No one gives a shit, dude. It's the 90s.
Okay, that's fine. Great, cool. I'll talk to Skunk, and I will get some hash. how did things go with whatever you were doing?
Pretty well, I think. I don't know. I don't think this dude's actually that good at coffee. He kept dropping like little drops in it.
Yeah, okay. But is he gonna do the thing?
Oh yeah, sure, I think.
Cool.
I mean, can we get free tickets to the show? Just asking for no reason.
Yeah, Carol, do we get free tickets? Everybody gets 3 free tickets.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's gonna get a free ticket. He can bring a +1. It should be fine.
Yep. All right, dude. Peace.
Great. Good to see you. All right. Good luck.
Thanks. You too, I guess. I don't know.
And I think my second scene, the last one for our first challenge, is Lance going to Skunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like I think it's silent, like, montage-y scene of him going, and it takes what is one transaction takes about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because, like, he knocks on the door, and the door opens, and Skunk is watching cartoons and eating Fruit Loops. And it's a lot like the drug dealer scene in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And he just ends up kind of sitting there on the couch, and they're watching cartoons together, and he keeps trying to hand Skunk money, and Skunk is just like, no, this is fine, this is good.
Mm-hmm. And then Skunk, like, gets up, goes to his, like, stash, and then he just puts in Destiny in the Xbox One. He starts playing it.
Yep, and I think it's that for like 90 minutes. Because I think we definitely get a shot of the two of them playing Destiny and just screaming at the screen for like a quick shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then then finally he goes and he grabs
mm-hmm.
he goes to like the cabinet and he grabs a gun and he tries to hand that to Lance. He's like, no. And then finally, like, we see the handoff and he like walks out and he's just like, that guy, he doesn't know how to support. He's just, every time he's running in the league, he does not.
That's good. That's very good.
Yep.
Now let's resolve this challenge.
Okay. So, we resolve the challenge. We start with no stones in the pool. We add 1 white and 1 red. We each take 2 red stones. If your main character is unhappy about the way the Fellowship has taken, hold 1 red stone. If your main character actually wants the quest to fail, hold 2. Otherwise, hold no stones.
Alright. So, we're going to decide secretly and reveal simultaneously.
Yes. I'm ready.
Do you know how many? And if you don't want to add any, just type 0.
Okay, I know how many.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I put 0.
I have held out 1 red stone because I am no way happy about any of the things that have transpired.
Very fair. Each player takes 1 white and 1 red. As a player, do you think the Fellowship did what was necessary to succeed at the challenge? Hold white if yes, red if no.
Okay. I am ready.
I'm ready too. 3.
All right. 1, 2, 1. Great.
Nice.
We both held out white.
Yep. So, put the stones in the cup. Without looking, draw 1 stone and reveal it.
So
then draw and reveal a second.
4 white, or 3 white, and 1 red, and 2 red.
And you actually have physical stones.
I do. I have physical stones in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take 3 white stones and 2 red stones.
Shuffle them around, then you take out 1, and then you take out another.
All right. Our first is red. The red stone.
Mm-hmm.
Our second is white. A red and a white stone.
Lose 1 character, but win the challenge.
Okay. I think... Alright, I know what happens.
What happens?
I think Carol... I think we come back, and Lance grabs Chester and is like, "Hey, I got the hash. We're all good." And Carol's like, "You got what?"
Chill, Carol. It's the 90s.
It is... I'm out. And she just quietly sets down the clipboard and, like, walks out.
Wow.
I can't be here. She's like, and she turns around. I can't be here for this. Can't be here for this. I didn't approve this.
Jeez.
I ain't losing my job for this.
I knew she was trying to fuck us, dude. Like I told you.
What? Yeah, fine. Yep, you were right. You were right, buddy.
Yeah. Do you know what else I was right about?
What's that?
Look at this shit. And he shows, like, an Instagram post. It's the coffee. And it's a very shaky video.
Yeah, it's real bad.
But it says, like, photog credit by Third City Improv. They have a show tonight. Come check it out. I'll be there. And there's, like, a bunch of people who are like, yeah, I'll come check it out.
And I think Lance's phone buzzes and he sees a quote tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Not a full retweet, a quote tweet that says, "Hey, if you like collegiate improv, come check out my little brother's show tonight."
I think Chet grabs you on the shoulder and he's like, "Fuck, we fucking made it."
So yeah, we sure did. Yeah, we did. Okay, let's just okay, well then we gotta get like the show set up. We gotta get everything perfect. If people are gonna be here, we kind of have to like take this seriously. So, and we don't have a producer anymore. So, I guess everybody, time for rehearsal.
Rehearsal.
Our second challenge is we need to get our rehearsals down. We need to get everything down pat.
Because a little known secret about improv is that not everything is improvised. Shh. Don't tell anyone.
Right.
Jesus. I could get in a lot of trouble
Exposing
that out loud.
Exposing the business out here.
You've put me in a very dangerous position in real life, Jeff, where...
Look, party of one ain't your grandmother's actual play RPG podcast. We get real. We're not afraid to get political.
It's true. It's just, if this gets out to the Toronto improv community, they will say yes and kill me.
Yes, they will. They will do that.
Yes, and I won't like it.
This is fair. These are all true things.
Mm-hmm. But let's get on with this challenge.
Yes. So the challenge is we need to rehearse. We need to get our characters just right. We need to get like the stage stuff just right. Figure out where people need to be when for which game. Like get the games. Figure out who's going to be in which games. All of the bits to make the improv run as smoothly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
It is difficult because we don't have the person who does that.
Or any money.
Yes. So we have no, I think it's that we lack the resources to make that happen. Because Carol was the one with, like, the clipboard, and she understood who needed to be around for which games and for which, like, skits. Mm-hmm. And all of her notes are completely illegible.
Was she pre-med?
She was absolutely pre-med.
Yeah. Fucking chicken scratch.
Yep. So, that's our challenge. That's why it's difficult. I think the character that it's going to...
So you got your first scene has to have your main character.
Right. And so, yeah, I think that the first to decide how to deal with this problem is going to be Lance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, so the first scene is Lance looking at Carol's notes, sighing, sort of rolling his shoulders a little bit, and like kicking open the office, the back office, and sitting down at the computer and just furiously typing. And like just guessing and being like, okay, who's not done? Okay, fucking, I don't know. Oh, God, they can't be in a skit together because they're fucking, and damn it, God damn it, just don't, oh, okay, yeah, fine. Hey, Marty?
Yes?
Are you still not talking to Shannon?
Shannon? Fuck Shannon. Fuck you, Marty. Fuck you, Shannon.
Please don't do this now. Please don't do this now. And I think the scene ends. He hits the printer, and it prints out, and he just looks at it, and he's like, "It'll do, maybe."
All right. I think my scene is about 20 minutes later, and we see Chet. We see everyone on the main stage, and they're practicing their games, and they're doing, like, warm-ups.
Yep.
And we see Chet with the newly printed, like, set list.
Yeah, I think set list is the right word for that.
And he's writing on it.
And he's watching everybody, and he's, like, noting, like, okay, that's a pretty good impression. I'm gonna put that in there. Nope, they can't. They don't talk. They're not gonna talk to each other.
I think Chet is not as tuned into their dynamic as Lance is. I think Chet is like, oh, yo, that's a good impression. I will be in this scene so I can get some good laughs off this impression. They would be really good together. I heard they were fucking. That's good chemistry.
They were just yelling at each other. I don't.
Yeah, that's like Emmy juice right there. Tears? We need that. We drink those.
This is a comedy show. I don't...
Look, you heard that quote? Comedy is when you fall down a bus, or whatever the fuck?
I haven't heard that quote.
You really gotta look into that guy, Jed Brooks. You know, he directed Young Dracula?
Yep, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Blazing Horses?
I don't
You know, the directors?
I do know the director. Yep. Springtime for Stalin. And he, I think he throws that out and kind of, leans in a little bit.
I don't follow.
Cool. Great. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put him in a scene together. You're gonna take the fall on that one. It'll be great. It'll all be good.
What was that?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Cool. Do we want to start running drills?
Drills? I thought this was improv. Let's just go out there and improvise.
Fine.
I know. Can I talk to you alone for a sec? Lance?
Sure. Yeah.
He takes you, Chester, puts his arm around your shoulder. There we go. Got it. And says, look, bud. I know you're doing this for, morale and shit. I know that you don't actually expect us to, rehearse. I mean, me. I mean, you. I mean, Max Manhattan's your brother. You got comedy in your blood. You're gonna be a star. And me, I'm gonna be a shinier, brighter star. Probably quicker. But I will lift you up.
Great. Sounds good.
Yeah, right. I am kind of a charitable person. Thank you.
Go. Okay, yeah, cool. Go get, why don't you could you get me some coffee? It's been a long day.
Thank you. How do you take it?
Soda is fine.
Cool.
Bottle of Coca-Cola is great.
Great. Nice. Alright. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Chet comes back a minute later with a bottle of Diet Pepsi. No, a can of Diet Pepsi. This is all they had, man.
I think Lance looks over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, he sees, like, the concession, like, the concession area all the way, like, in the front, and he sees just lines of bottles of Coke. Great. Fantastic.
Chester says, we're on a shoestring budget. That's why I wore flip-flops. Get it? Because they're shoes made out of string.
Yeah, don't use your best bits now, buddy. You gotta save those for later.
That is a very good idea, and I will take that advice to heart. Peace, brother. And he extends his fist out for a fist bump.
I think he kind of just limply, like, slaps it with, like, the back of his hand a little bit, like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna go for here.
He just walks over to the side. Alright. That's a very depressing scene.
Well, the next scene is Lance walks back into the office and just thrashes, like, just knocks things over, grabs the printer and, like, shoves it. It falls, it doesn't break, but he then, like, picks it up and gingerly puts it back. And it's just throwing papers and just... He grabs his all-sport jacket and he just screams in it. And he takes the Pepsi and he just chugs the entire can of Pepsi. He's like, oh, Diet Pepsi is so gross. It's so gross. It's, aspartame. I hate it.
Marty comes in.
And he stands up and he's fine. Hey, Marty.
You just lost our security deposit.
No, it's fine. I'll fix it. It's great. I got a printer for Christmas that's just like it.
Alright. Curtains in 20.
Yep, curtains in 20. I'll be there. We'll be all ready. You're in the first set. It's going to be birthday party, or it's going to be party guests. You're guest 1, Shannon is guest 2, Allison's guest 3, and Chester's host.
He grimaces. He says, my party guest is Murder's guest 2.
It'll be whatever we put on the card, but if you want to give maybe a second one, go crazy, buddy.
All right. Catch you later.
Have a good one, buddy.
I think your brother calls.
Yeah, he definitely does. Hey, Max. It's great to hear from you.
Yeah, just picked up Mom and Dad.
Cool.
They say hi, and you hear on speakerphone, hey, dear!
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, we're just finding a parking spot, and we're gonna walk over.
Fantastic.
How are things going?
Things are going great. The show, about as good as usual.
Well, I've been at the, a couple of years ago, I was in your exact position, Can I give you some advice, like brother to brother?
Yeah, please. No, advice? Please. I'd love to hear it, because it's been a day.
There's a principle in improv. Just say yes.
Yep. I know that principle.
It's not always true. And it's even less true in real life. People are gonna walk all over you. And you can say no to them.
Thanks, Max. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too, Max.
Break a leg.
Oh, by the way, are you out of the car yet?
Just now. Why?
Take, 3 steps ahead of Mom and Dad.
Okay.
I got your hash.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Hey, Mom, Lance got us that hash. Oh, that's so nice of him.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a whole family. Okay, that's fine. I don't know if it's any good. Do you know Skunk?
I've heard stories.
Yeah, so
I've heard tell.
We'll see.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Play by ear. Cool. I'll see you.
Play it by ear.
Your tickets are at Will Call. I'll have the hash in the back alley for you after the show. And have fun tonight.
You too. That's the most important thing, is have fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I gotta go put on a show. Talk to you later, buddy.
All right. Let's resolve this.
Let's resolve this challenge.
Yeah.
1 white and 1 red stone.
Mm-hmm.
First off, is your character happy about where the show is? If they're unhappy about where the show is, take 1 red stone. If they are happy, if they actively want the show to fail, put in 2 red stones. If nothing, put in 0.
Okay, I'm ready.
I am too.
3.
Oh, I already put mine.
Okay. Yeah. Jeff, you put 0. I put 1 red stone.
Yep. I think I'm all right. I think Max. That was a really beautiful scene. I'm feeling better about the show now.
Chester is not. Chester's gonna be blaming everyone all night.
Sure. Yeah.
You know how people like Chester be.
I do.
Next, each player takes 1 white and 1 red. As a player, do you think that the Fellowship did what was necessary to succeed at the challenge? Hold white if yes, red if no.
Okay.
This one I think will be a little easier, and I think unanimous. Let's find out. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh,
I put out a red circle because I think that Chester didn't, but I think Lance put a show together.
Yeah. Okay, so I put a red and you put a white. So we've got
2 red, 2 white, 3 red, 2 white.
Yep.
And I'm gonna draw these stones
out of a cup.
Yep. Let's see what we got. First stone. Red.
Ooh.
Second stone. Also red.
A character betrays or is betrayed by the Fellowship and is lost.
And
lose the challenge. Jesus.
I know what happens.
What happens?
The show is about to start.
Yeah.
Lance has the clipboard and is running things in a way that we have not... running things more competently than we saw him before. Like, he's back in the game. And he's like, everybody ready for party scenes? Allison, great. Chester, fine. Where are Marty and Shannon? Anybody seen Marty and Shannon?
I think they were backstage.
Yep. We open up the backstage bathroom. And I don't think I'm gonna describe. I think what happens is we open it and we get like the Tarantino out of the door shot. Lance is just looking at it. So they're busy. They're settling some differences together. I'm happy that things worked out for them, but nobody will really spray down that bathroom. Does anybody else want to be in? And he just grabs the paper and he just crinkles it and he throws it hard on the ground. He says, "Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. It's improv. We're gonna make it up as we go." It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good, is the thing.
The MC comes on the stage. A dim spotlight illuminates her. And now for the moment you've been waiting for. 3rd Street Improv! And there is applause. But now we're going to the 3rd challenge.
Yes.
Which I'm pretty sure is perform.
Yep.
Yep.
And it is difficult because we are unprepared.
Yeah.
Understaffed. We've lost pretty much everyone. We've lost pretty much all semblance of like structure and form. There are a lot of reasons why it's going to be difficult. Who's the first character to take action?
I think Chet is.
I think so too. I think it's definitely Chet.
So Chet has changed into his improv clothes.
Right.
Black t-shirt.
Yep.
Black jeans. Sneakers. He's got his lapel mic on. And he jumps out and he says, "What up, everyone? This is 3rd Street This is Third City Improv. And before we start, I'm going to need a suggestion from the audience. What's a place? You suck. Laughter. All right, very funny. Anyone else? Starbucks. Someone else.
Kmart.
Kmart. Great. Okay, I heard Kmart. So we're gonna completely improvise a scene based on the prompt of Kmart. And go. And are we actually going to have to improv a scene?
No, because I think, I think what happens is Chet starts to improv a scene, and then Lance comes out. And he says, and he comes out and he starts screaming about customer service, and, starts to set up the scene, and he puts Chet as the customer service representative.
Mm-hmm.
And just start screaming at him. And they're all most of them are character appropriate things. You know, you sold me this and it was broken. And the crowd is kind of laughing and cheering. And he adds in some funny ones, but then he periodically is just you fucking Diet Pepsi? You couldn't even get me a fucking regular ass Pepsi. You got me a Diet Pepsi. Why would I, in my lifetime, want a Diet Pepsi? And the crowd's laughing, but they don't really get that one.
Chester looks hurt.
I think a moment later, Lance composes himself. And he stops and he looks out and he says, "So I'd like to return this, please."
Woo! And then we both run off stage. And as soon as I get off stage, I grab you by the shoulders and say, "What the fuck was that?"
That was a bit. That was improv.
No, that was not a bit. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I know a bit when I see one.
Do you? Because that was a great bit. Did you not hear the crowd response? And he snaps back and he goes, scenes from a hat? The hat's on the stool. Guys, you want to just, cool. Yeah, it was a bit. It's fine. What's up? What happened?
Look, I know that I might have overused this phrase today, but are you trying to fuck us?
No, what do you mean? I did the bit. I was angry about customer service, and I got, I threw out all of the funny bits, and I asked for a return. What? It's the standard bit.
Okay, I see what this is. You think I'm dumb, don't you? You think I'm stupid. Look.
I think you're very nice. I think you're a great guy.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay, fair. You're right. I don't. You're right. I do not think that you're a great guy.
It's just hitting me now. We never hang out. I only see you at rehearsal. And I barely even see you then. Ostensibly, we are the featured players of Third City Improv. But I've never gotten a beer with you. I've never gone to a game with you. I don't even know where your house is.
You know what?
I don't even know.
No. You know what? No. Are we doing this? And he has to stop for a second because he's starting to go. He's like, Are we doing this here? Because you have never come. Never once have you come to the Third City Improv Happy Hour. We run those every single month. You have never come out.
You run those Thursdays at 8?
Yeah, every Thursday. Once a month. Third Thursday of the month. Every single month.
Yeah, here's something you don't know about me. That's visiting hours at the hospital that my dad lives in.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah!
I didn't know that. Is that...
Yeah!
Are you for real?
Yeah!
That's serious. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't...
Look.
Did you want us to reschedule? Because I can make them Fridays.
I don't give a shit, Lance. As far as I'm concerned, after this show ends, let's just
Scenes
do the show.
Scenes from a Hat wraps up, and it is now interview questions. And Chet and Lance are both in interview questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you know what? We gotta get out there, and we gotta do a show. So here's what I'm gonna say. I don't like you, and you don't like me. So let's just do the damn thing, and then be done with it, and then we don't have to talk. Sound good?
Let's just do the show.
Alright, great. So, I think interview questions, I think what happens is, somebody put in as the suggestion for the interview questions, director of an improv troupe.
Oh no.
And so both Chet and Lance start getting real personal with it.
God.
Because I think we both, because it's interview questions, you all figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because, he asked the first question of, somebody asked the first question, and the guy real obnoxiously is like, yes, and everybody's like, okay, he's director of an improv troupe, fine. So it turns into, yeah, how do you feel about happy hours? How do you feel about maybe communicating to people if you had a scheduling conflict with a happy hour? What would you do?
I wouldn't bring it onto a stage.
Fair. That's fair.
The sacred place.
Next question.
The King's Game.
Next question. I think somebody else is like, what's your favorite kind of comedy? And the crowd laughs because they're all in on it.
I only watch scripted dramas.
Yeah. Hey, here's a question. If somebody reached out to you because they needed you to carry them, they needed your help to do something that was really important to them, would you do it? Or would you make it about yourself? Also, are you the director of an improv troupe? And then he walks, and Lance is just gone.
Chet just walks off the stage. But he does it kind of graciously, oh, I've been discovered. Well, yeah. But he walks off.
So what does Lance do backstage? Because I think the next skit is something that neither of us are in.
I think Chet, while you're still up there finishing interview questions, Chet goes backstage and takes a screenshot of you texting with Skunk and sends it to himself.
Oh. I think after... Alright, yeah, then I think after that, I think what Lance does, he walks off stage, and he walks off stage, and he just walks off, and a minute later, we hit intermission, we have a, maybe Chet has a skit, comes back from intermission, and there is just a can of Diet Pepsi on, Chet's space in the green room.
Chet, just walks outside the theater, into the alley. He's going to have a smoke.
I think Lance joins him. He doesn't smoke, but he's just kind of standing out there and trying not to cough, and he's like...
Well, truth be told, Chet doesn't smoke either. He vapes.
Yeah, yeah, that checks out. That tracks.
Yeah.
I think he's got
he's got one of those big vapes with the orb.
Mm-hmm.
He's got watermelon flavored vapor.
I think Lance walks out and he's like, "Oh, watermelon. That actually doesn't smell too bad. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry."
Chet looks over, still vaping.
Sure.
And says, "You're sorry?"
I'm sorry. Look, it's... My brother is... You know my brother. He's he's great, but he's also... He's everything that I am, but a little bit more. You know what I mean? My brother is just, he's everything that I am, everything that I do, he's just +1. And so, doing this show, and, like, getting to, like, make it good, was just, like, I needed it to be good enough that, like, I was gonna be, get to do the thing, right? Like, this was my thing to do, where just once my parents could look at it and be like, he did really well. It wasn't gonna be, oh, Max did the show, because he's on SNL, like, he's on television. And I'm not, and I'm probably not going to be, because I'm probably... Can I tell you something? 5 minutes till we're back. I'm switching majors.
Word?
I'm not... Yeah, Have you played around with, like, Flash?
A little bit.
'Cause it fucking rules! I'm going comp sci, and I haven't told anybody, but this is kind of it.
I envy you, Lance. You have a life outside of this. You have a family. And yet your brother might overshadow you, and you might always be stuck in that shadow. But they're there for you. I grew up in foster care.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was adopted when I was like 9. My dad is... My dad is the only family that I have, and he's gone into debt. Keep himself healthy. This is all I got. I'm not smart. I'm not even witty. I'm just funny. That's all I am, and deep in my soul, I know it. When I look into a mirror and I look into my own eyes, I don't see anything, but I hear laughter. And at this point, I can't tell if I'm laughing at myself or with myself anymore. Let's just say that we both need this show to go well.
Alright. And I think he extends a handshake, and he says, we got 2 minutes. We're the first skit out. We're the first skit. It's a 2-man skit. Let's blow the goddamn doors off of this place. What do you say?
Chet looks at you. He smiles. Kind of weakly, but he smiles. And he takes your hand. And then he pulls you into a hug.
Mm-hmm.
He says, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
That is what the fuck you're talking about. And so I think we head back inside, and right before the door closes and we go out of intermission, Lance just says, seriously, do you need us to change the happy hour day? Because we can do, like, Wednesdays. Wednesdays is fine.
Can we figure this out in like a half an hour?
Yeah, you're right. Focus on the now, on be here now, you're right. Okay, let's do this. And the door closes, and I think I'm ready to solve this challenge.
I think I am too.
Alright.
I think I'm the most ready I've ever been to solve anything in my life.
Start with no stones in the pool. Add 1 white and 1 red.
1 red.
Add 1 white for each successful challenge, and 1 red for each failed challenge. That's 1 white and 1 red. If your main character is unhappy about the way the fellowship is taken, hold 1 red stone. If your main character wants the quest to fail, hold 2 red stones. Otherwise, hold 0 stones.
All right.
I am
think
ready.
I've got mine. Ready?
3.
Go.
Just go.
No, 3. Okay, well.
0 and 0.
Yes.
All right. Take 1 white and 1 red. As a player, do you think that we succeeded at the challenge? Hold white if yes, red if no. This will decide not the entire quest, not just this challenge.
All right.
I'm ready.
I think I'm good.
All right, go. 2 white.
2 whites. Put the stones in a cup.
Put the stones in a cup. Without revealing, draw 1 stone. Draw 2nd stone.
So we've got 4 white and 2 red.
4 white and 2 red.
I'm so fucking nervous.
That's a red. And a white.
Red and a white. Lose 1 character but win the challenge.
All right. I think the show goes great. I think curtain call comes, and I don't think Lance is there.
Where is Lance?
I think he exited out through the back. Actually, I don't think. Yeah, I think what happens is, like, everybody's there for curtain call, and Marty and Shannon are back, and they're here for curtain call. They're wearing each other's clothes to a certain extent, but they're back.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, where the fuck did Lance go? And he's just gone. The back door is kind of swinging open just a little bit. And we see his car just kind of drive off.
I think Chet looks out the back door and sees the car driving away in the distance and just nods. A long, slow nod. Epilogue. After 3 challenges, the quest is over. We succeeded or failed, but our characters live on. Some of them, anyway. Each player briefly narrates their main character's life after the quest. Show us whether your character feels the quest was worth it. You may stick to just the immediate fallout of the quest, or you could go big and summarize the rest of your life. It's up to you. If your main character was lost just before the epilogue, you can narrate their legacy or memory instead of switching to a new main character if you prefer. After that, your game is done.
Would you like to go first, or should I? I think you go first. I think you go first.
I think I do want to go first. So I think after this show, Chester Chicago becomes kind of like a fixture in the Wesleyan comedy scene.
Mm-hmm.
He actually does not end up finishing his undergrad. He moves to Chicago, and he joins the actual Second City.
Oh, good for him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he tours with them for a while. He gets a couple of writing gigs, though they're not really for him. And then he starts making YouTube videos. Just like little quick sketches. And those get some traction. He starts getting bigger and bigger. One of them goes viral. He gets interviewed on The Late Late Show with James Corden.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up moving to LA to be with all the other big YouTubers. And he quietly chugs away, making more content, putting out side channels.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets, a TV deal. And he's real pumped about it. He's 27 years old. He's got this TV deal. He goes out to celebrate. And that night, he's driving alone out of Hollywood. He might have had a little bit to drink, maybe something else. And he's going back to his apartment in Burbank when he starts to hear it. That laugh. And he looks into the mirror. He looks into his own eyes. And again, he hears that laugh. The only thing he can hear when he looks himself in the eyes. And it just gets louder and louder. And he realizes that it was never laughing at him or with him. There was no him at all. He was the joke. And this is the punchline. They find his car in the morning. They don't find him.
I think after the show, I think what we see after all of this is it flashes back to that night. And we just kind of get Max is standing in the back alley, like, texting, like, yo, where are you at? Give me that hat. We gotta get that hash. And a couple people are like, we see some texts of, hey, where are you? We're going out. Like, what's going on? Hey, are you alright? Are we still on for happy hour on Thursday? And I think we see all of these things. And we get a close-up shot of Lance's phone. And he looks at all of the texts of like, hey, where are you? Hey, great show tonight, blah, blah, blah. All the family texts, all the friend texts. We get a close-up on his face. And he smiles a little bit. But it's kind of... And then he smiles a little bit. But it's kind of a sad smile. But then his smile starts to warm a little bit. And he kind of tosses the phone behind him. Or to the side. And he picks up the controller. And he says, Skunk, you have got to learn to fucking support. I'm so tired. You cannot just snipe every goddamn mission. That's not how this works. I'm out here trying to accomplish objectives, and you're out here fucking just, I'm gonna be a sniper. Not every game is a sniping game, Skunk. Come on now. And we kind of just zoom out. And the two of them are just having a blast. I don't think Skunk ever does learn to not snipe, though.
Jesus. Of course he doesn't. He's a pleb.
And that's game.
That is game.
What a good game.
What a fucking good game.
What a good game.
We done did it.
We did it. Dan, thank you so much for coming on Party of One. This was a blast.
This really was. Thank you so much for having me.
So, real quick, where can people find your work online?
You can find me on Twitter at website.biz, and you can find the podcast I do on Twitter and Tumblr at BlueDawnCast, all one word.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming. This was so good, so much fun. Dang.
Absolutely.
I'm going to throw it over to me in the future so that he can wrap up with the show. Take it, future me. Thanks, past me. And thanks again to Dan for coming on to the show. That game was really cool. I really enjoyed it. You should really check out Blue Dawn. I think if you like the kinds of emotional, personal stories that we tell on Party of One, I think it'll be really up your alley. You can find that on Twitter and Tumblr at BlueDawnCast. You should also follow Dan on Twitter at website.biz. While you're on Twitter, you should follow us at Party of One Pod. Like the show on Facebook at facebook.com/partyofonepodcast. If you enjoyed the show, consider giving us a nice iTunes review, social media shout-out, or word-of-mouth recommendation. Those are the easiest and most direct ways for us to find new listeners, grow, expand, and do bigger, better, and cooler things. If you want to hear more from me, consider checking out All My Fantasy Children, the podcast in which Aaron Catano and I take your listener prompts and turn them into beautiful, thriving, vibrant role-playing game children. You can find that at soundcloud.com/allmyfantasychildren. If you really want to support Party of One, consider backing us on Patreon. Patreon dollars help cover hosting fees, equipment costs, and convention appearances. And in exchange, you get some cool bonus material. For this episode, you'll get to hear our prep session for that game in which we come up with the world of Third City Improv. It was a lot of fun to record, and I think it's going to be fun to listen to. You can find that at patreon.com/partyofonepodcast. Party of One is produced and edited by Jeff Stormer and Jen Frank. All music for the show comes from the song Infinite Lives by Mega Ran featuring the D&D Sluggers. If you'd like to inquire about advertising rates coming onto the show, or you want to swap craft beer recommendations, shoot me an email at partyofonepodcast@gmail.com. Well, that's it for me. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. Remember to fight the forces of fascism every single day, and party on.
Never gonna die.